Good afternoon and welcome to a video by AntiquesArena. Today we're going to have a bit of a vlog, a chat, a catch up. Haven't done one of these for quite a little while and I have got tons and tons of information to share with you today. I've made a little list. I've got some updates from auction sales and results to talk to you about. I'm going to talk to you about up and coming videos with some shocks. I got a nice recommendation for you if you like to get pampered, an update on Malvin, my website, the shop, everything. It's going to be a really packed film. So, I'm going to start off with an update on an item I placed into auction before lockdown. Now, before the most recent lockdown, so about 3-4 months ago, I loaded the car up with vinyl, LPs, records, albums, you name it, and I took them down to my local auction in Cardiff where I've been doing a bit of buying, and literally I filled the car up. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to splice a little bit of footage out of that video into this now so you can actually get to see how many records there were. It was a fair few records. Anyway, I took them down, put them into the auction, and before the auction could go underway on the Sunday, we went into lockdown. Well, 4 months later, they actually put the records out for sale, and they sold, and I'll tell you how much for once you've seen the footage of how many there are now. Okay, so we're going to have a look at the records before I take them into the auction, which is here now, but they're all falling out the car, so I got to try and get them out without them falling everywhere. There is all sorts in here. There's Apple label, there's Queen, there's Rolling Stones, Michael Jackson.
Why do they keep jumping on the floor?
So this lot now is all going into the auction, one lot, no reserve. Okay, so you saw how many records there were. Now, there was no great records in there. There was some that should have been, well, there was some that when I looked, they were asking 20s and 30s on eBay. Not always sold. But as a rule, I think they were all like £1 and £2 records. I put that lot in auction. Do you want to hazard a guess as to how much that sold for? Not as much as I would have liked, but it never is. I sold it for £380. Take away commission, taxes and all the rest of it, it actually returned me £318 for that little job lot, or very big job lot, which was absolutely fine. I probably could have achieved more in the shop here, but it would have took me probably a year or 2 years to sell them all, and to be honest with you, I was happy to see them go. I wanted to bring all my cabinets back in, as you see here, and start displaying pretties, porcelains, things like that. So that's the update on the records finally. Now, as you know, last week I went to Malvin. I went to Splott first on the Saturday, done a lot of buying up there, then I went to Malvin, and if anybody's seen those two haul videos, they are quite spectacular, and the things I've managed to buy in Malvin were nothing short than seriously just amazing. They were awesome. I don't manage to find that type of stock every day, and I tell you what, when it comes available, that is just such a good feeling. Anyway, the purpose of mentioning that was I was absolutely knackered after coming back from Malvin. And if I go back even further, during the lockdown, those of you who know my friend Sandra, she purchased a voucher for myself to have reflexology and a back and neck massage. So I phoned up the salon down in Cardiff and I asked them to book me in, and I went down there. Sandra come with me because I'm not very good at going places on my own and meeting people on my own. I don't have the confidence to meet people that I don't know. Anyway, got there and there was this young beautiful girl who was there to do my massage and that, and she was asking, you know, I honestly thought I was going to be very nervous, and she said, do you want to stay in that, to Sandra, and Sandra said, no, I'll go in the car, and she went back to the car and sat down. Anyway, I thought it was just a back massage. Next thing you know, she spent half hour near enough massaging my feet. Then I lay down, she massaged my back, then she done my shoulders and my neck. All in all, it was like an hour and 20 minutes or whatever it was massage that Sandra had bought for me, and then afterwards I said to Sandra, well, where do you get it from? And she said she got it off Groupon. So I went on Groupon and had a look. I registered for a Groupon account, went straight online, and I found there's a current offer on. Now the salon in Cardiff is called Addiction Beauty Salon, and I'm only mentioning it because it was such a good deal. Now the massage I had was feet, back, neck, shoulders, and it's supposed to be £70. On Groupon at the moment it's £29. So if you fancy getting pampered after walking around all these antique fairs and things, because it is hard work, get onto Groupon, find the offer for Addiction Beauty Salon in Cardiff, and when you phone up and book it after you've bought the voucher, ask for Amber, because she does an absolutely amazing foot massage. She really was amazing, and you know what, as nervous as I was when I saw her, she really put me at ease, and I've already booked for another session. So I'm going, and I also bought a ticket for my partner Jane. She's coming, and we're going to go down and we're going to have a pamper day. So if anybody wants a really cheap but a very, very wonderful, beautiful massage on your feet and your back and feel really loads better afterwards for £29, get onto Groupon. It's free to register, do the search, and then get yourself an hour's massage for 29 quid. Honestly, it was heaven, and I can't wait for my next one. Okay, so moving on. Recently I was given a very, very expensive, very important marks book on Chinese porcelain marks. And I done a small promotion for the author, because the author got in touch with me and he donated a book because he's doing a rerun. Now, it wasn't a paid promotion. I don't get paid to promote things, just like the salon there. I'm promoting it, if you like, or mentioning it, because I had such a good experience. With this book, I bought myself a version of the book, and I actually said to the author, I said, you know what, if you want to actually send me an extra book, I will put it in one of my videos, promote your channel, which will give me the opportunity to give this book to one of my subscribers so that I could give something back to my subscribers. Anyway, he did, very kindly, and I done the promotion video, which I hope helped his sales. I then done the competition video, and I let the competition run for 30 days in order to give everybody a chance, because not everybody watches a video within the first few days of them coming out. So I give her a 30-day for everybody to come in and have a look at the video and enter if they wanted. And all they had to do was type the author's name, which was Gerald Davison, in the comments. Now this book I showed was selling on Amazon and ABE Books and things for like £1,500 and £2,000. It was crazy money for this book, and this was a brand new edition with up-to-date information. So everything that was in the old books and new information, and I was giving one away for free. Anyway, I ran the competition. I'd done the draw live, so I basically filled in everybody's name live, and you got to see the draw happen. So you could all see your name in the list, and then you saw me draw it live. So there was no cheating. It was all there for you to see, as open and honest and transparent, that's the word I'm looking for, as possible. Anyway, so far the winner has not been in touch to claim this book. If he doesn't get in touch in the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks, I'm going to redraw the competition again live. So if you entered that video to win the book, get and have a look, see if you won, and contact me with the details as I've asked, so you can have your book. I'm shipping it free of charge. You're having the book free. It makes no sense not to contact me after you've won. So that's the book. So if I don't get contacted in the sort of next 3 or 4 weeks, I will redraw the competition and give it to somebody else. The author give me that book to give away, and give it away I will. Okay, right. Up and coming films. I want to talk to you about loads of stuff, but we're going to talk about up and coming films. First of all, during the lockdown, we've all had projects and plans. Well, I have made my beautiful little 2-year-old girl very, very happy. Our garden was, we live on a mountain, so if you can imagine, our garden is sloped downhill. And our garden was a jungle. So all the trees were taken down and all the weeds were cut down, and what we've been slowly doing is digging trenches and step in the garden, so you got little steps going up, so you got different levels then, if you like. Well, what we decided to do during the lockdown was to create one of the levels, flatten it off, and put an entire park and Wendy house and everything on there for our 2-year-old daughter. So I'm going to do a film on, it's going to be more a collage of photographs with a bit of music or something, showing you step by step the creation of the park and then the finished article. And it is absolutely spectacular. She loves that. So I thought I'd share that with you because that was something that helped me through the lockdown with the stress and depression of being locked up. I'm going to do an update on the charity shop film. Now, if you don't know what that means, last week, or a little over a week ago, the charity shop 2 doors up from me, they are a small charity called Rowan Tree Cancer Care. And they have 2 shops, one 2 doors up from myself and another in Pontypridd Town Centre. And they have an office at the top of town. Anyway, I've had a wonderful working relationship with this charity shop for the 4 years I've been in town here, and I've helped them, I've purchased off them, I've bought things off them they can't sell or won't allow themselves to sell in their own rules, like weapons or politically incorrect things, things they can't sell, and I value stuff from, and if they can't sell it afterwards they bring it to me at a lower price after they've tried to sell it to the public. Anyway, last week I walked to go in and say hello to the girls, and there's a big massive sign on the door, no trade, no dealers, we want to keep our stock for the community. Well, I'm part of the community anyway, I live half a mile down the road, but that's besides the point. So I got a massive, we done a live video on that where everybody was giving their points and their comments and everything, and that was an awful long video because everybody was giving their opinions and I wanted everybody's opinion heard. We actually asked or offered for the charity shop people who run it to come on and talk on the video, but they didn't want to know, and we give the option for anybody who wanted to put any arguments across for the charity shop in the video. So that's all in the charity shop video if you want to go and watch that, because the update's going to come out this week, and I tell you what, I got some shocks for you for the update. Quite a few shocks. I'm not going to tell you what's going on, but I'm going to do an updated video. I might even do a live again. I don't know yet, but it's going to be an updated video in the next week or so for the charity shop dilemma. For those of you who follow me and subscribe, I owe you a massive, massive thank you. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. I'm about to cross the 10,000 subscriber threshold. At the moment, I'm on 9,993 subscribers. I got 7 to go, and then I hit 10,000, and that is a massive, massive milestone for me. I know there's people out there with 50,000, 100,000, or like my brother with 250,000 subscribers, but it doesn't matter. When I started this, I honestly thought, if a few people watched my videos and they liked it, great. I never thought people would actually watch my videos and love what I love the same stuff as me when I bring it back and I share my passion with the things I've bought, and you get to see how much I love what I'm doing, and the support I've had off everybody's been absolutely unbelievable. So what I'm going to do is I haven't decided yet. I have been talking to other resellers about doing maybe a live hangout for an hour or two in an evening. I could have a couple of cans. I don't drink, but I could have a couple of cans to celebrate. And I was thinking of maybe doing a competition for those people who actually attend that live, if I do a live, and do a free giveaway. Just to say thank you for all the support. So maybe give away a bit of jewellery or something really nice, just to say thank you to somebody. I'm grateful for everybody. Every comment, every like, every share, it has all helped me to get where I am. It's a community, to be honest with you. I've made friends with a lot of people who follow me on YouTube. I go to Malvin or auction or car boot sales, and the amount of people that stop and say hello. I done a video back a year or so ago with Nick Hills on depression, and the amount of people have wrote in and said thank you for that how much you've helped them, because both myself and Nick have both suffered and still suffer with depression and depressed issues and things. So yeah, I've tried to give back as much as I can to the channel. I try to help as much as I can. As with the Chinese book, when I asked for it, I didn't ask for it for myself. I asked for it so that I could actually help somebody and give them this beautiful, wonderful book that they'll use for the rest of their lives. I try and do something in my channel that will give back to say thank you. But 10,000 subscribers is such an achievement, and I honestly can't thank you enough for that. I really can't. I want to do a bit of a teaser for the weekend. Now, you know, as I've already talked about, I went to Malvern and Splott last week, and I had an absolutely amazing thing. I was buying things in Malvern that are in museums. So that was spectacular. Now, the quality of stock that I've purchased this weekend doesn't quite come to that level, but I tell you what, I've done another £2,000 spending this weekend, Saturday and Sunday combined. It's Monday today, Bank Holiday Monday in the United Kingdom, and to be honest with you, this is the first bank holiday in 20 years I haven't worked. Normally I would be at car boot sales or at an antique fair, but with everything, my Old Faithful car boot sale has been shut down. Apparently there is possible hopes for that to be reopened. I don't know whether it's in the same location or a new location, I don't know yet, but we'll find out. But there was just no way for me to go, nothing for me to do today, so I actually drove down to the auction to collect the winnings I done, because I went buy-in Saturday, I went buy-in yesterday, Sunday, and I also left book bids in the auction, and I filled the car up this morning from the auction. That was one of the things that got to me. You know, you can see how much stock I'm handling. I'm handling more stock than I can actually handle, to be totally honest with you. I've got stock sitting out the back room waiting to be catalogued, photographed, listed. I got 15, 20 boxes all around. Well, you can see some up the side there. I got stuff absolutely everywhere waiting to be filmed so that I can photograph it, clean it, list it, and all the rest of it. It's going to take me a week to 2 weeks just to get through what's in this room here without what's in the back room. That's without what I buy next weekend. So it was never about the stock with the charity shop. It was about the way they made us feel and how they looked down their nose at resellers as if we were... It was the stigma, the bad stigma of buying and making money off the charity when you're not. You weren't making money off the charity. But that was another point. We'll talk about all the updates later on. But as a teaser, I've spent £2,000 again this weekend, and I have bought some spectacular pieces. Bought one solid silver, I believe Chinese vase, £3. Oh, beautiful shape, beautiful heavy Chinese vase, £3. That's a little teaser for you, isn't it? Moorcroft lamps. I've had a really good weekend, so that's coming up. So when I make those whole films, now I've literally got way too much here to put in one film like I have been over the last few days, because my Malvern film was 3/4 of an hour. If I was to put everything in 1 or 2 films, I'd be up like 2 or 3 hours, so I'm gonna have to split them down into smaller films, into manageable films. Talking about the auction, I had the biggest shock of my life. Now, I bid on about 15 lots. Out of that 15 lots, I'd say 5 or 6 of them were Scandinavian glass and Whitefriars glass and things like that. They had, I'm going to give you a few examples. They had a Drunken Bricklayer, only a 6-inch one in green. They had a Rimaki, funny shaped vase. They had another Whitefriars vase with zigzags down the side, but it wasn't the big one. It was the 6-inch vase with the tiny zigzags down either side. Anyway, I wasn't up to date on the exact prices on the Whitefriars glass, so I actually went online before placing my bids. Now, I know there's a lot of fake Whitefriars out there now, but the real Whitefriars, Drunken Bricklayers now, were selling on eBay around 155 through to about 220 for the 6-inch one, and then going up as your sizes and the rarity for colours and patterns. So I thought, oh, I'll bid £100 on this Drunken Bricklayer. You would not guess how much it actually sold for in the auction, and it was only a 6-inch Drunken Bricklayer. £360 plus the commission, so with all the fees added on, best part of £450 for a 6-inch Drunken Bricklayer. Now, I don't know whether I'm behind in the times or what, but I could have bought 2 of them for that on eBay. So if they're planning to resell that on eBay, I fail to see how they're going to make a profit. And then on top of that, they got to pay 20% to eBay. It just didn't add up. And it wasn't just that one. The one with the zigzag sides, that sold for £185. And I saw that like a £70 vase or £75 vase. They had simple orange Baxter bowls, you know, with a bark effect, 2-inch high, 4-6-inch diameters, something like that. They had 2 of those and 1 larger one. They went for £100 for 3 of those. Now I'd sell them for 20 quid and the big one for 30, 40 quid. I honestly, they achieved more for the Whitefriars than I can actually sell at retail. And as for the Rimaki vase, I saw it at £45, £50 for the shape because it was a good shape. They sold it for £85. I'll put in some photographs and everything now of them for you to see the patterns and everything I'm on about. And if you want to search the sold prices, go to Cardiff City Auctions and have a look at the catalogue they put up this week, Sunday gone, and they actually put the results underneath. And honestly, I can't kid you, I was shocked at the price the Whitefriars and that achieved. Shocked the hell out of me. I've mentioned already about the car boot sales not being on. That's why I didn't work on this bank holiday Monday. I don't understand why some car boot sales can and some car boot sales can't open. But Gethley Car Boot Sale put a post up this week that said car boot sales in Wales are being classed as outdoor events and therefore can only have a maximum of 30 participants. So they class in car boot sales in the same vein as concerts and other things like football events and things like that, where you're only allowed 30 people, or wedding venues. Yet, Splott Market in Cardiff runs, no limit on the amount of people going in there. I believe Abergavenny Cattle Market car boot sale or flea market is running. I have no idea how they're running, I haven't been up there, but as for Splott, it's, you know, there's one-way systems and they ask you all to keep your distance, and if it starts getting crowded, they'll separate you up. Yes, because they done that the other week when I was there. However, there's no real limit, no one counting how many people go in the boot and things like that. But why is it some car boot sales can open and others can't? Or is it that the local councils are taking it upon themselves to say, no, that's an outside event? So therefore, Cardiff Council have said, yes, you can open, and Caerphilly County Borough Council have said, no, we class it as an outside event. I don't know. There is certainly some lack of clarity in what's going on. Why can some open and others can't? It doesn't make sense. Some have posted up saying they have to reach COVID level 1 before they can open, but I have no idea. But I would love to understand why some are allowed to open and others ain't. And I understand if the Welsh Government have said car boot sales are an outside event like a concert, therefore 30 maximum, then why doesn't that apply to all car boot sales in Wales? So I don't know. I want to have a chat to you about Malvern, about my shop since reopening, and my website. So we're going to start with Malvern. Malvern is a massive, massive flea market. It's up in Worcestershire, in the Great Malvern Hills, and it is gigantic. And I mean gigantic. As a rule, I go up there and there's probably, I don't know, a couple of thousand sellers, and in amongst all that, you normally get 100 or 200 vans where they come and they just dump the boxes out, and you can rummage through boxes and really get some great gear from house clearances. This Malvern I went to recently, there were house clearance vans there, but nothing along the lines of, you know, the types that just chuck it all on the table or chuck it all in boxes and you just pick it up and they'll chuck you a price off the hip. Everybody that was up in Malvern that I saw seemed to be trade, as in, like myself, a dealer that has bought individual items, researched them, priced them up on the table. I didn't see any house clearance ones, but if you have never been to Malvern, I would recommend you go. It is a spectacular event. It's not up there with the likes of Newark and things where you go and it's just miles of sellers. It's not that level, but for flea markets, I'd say it's one of the best flea markets in the country. And if you want an idea of the type of things you can buy, go and watch my last Malvern haul video. and you'll see just how good a gear is you can buy from up in Morven. For myself, it's about an hour and a half each way drive, so it's a fair trek, but I tell you what, it is worth it. It really is. So, moving on to the shop. How's the shop going since reopening? If I said it was quiet, it would be an understatement. I am having some sales, but it is very, very quiet. I honestly thought I'd be buying a lot more. The shop has never been spectacular. Don't get me wrong, I've had, people come in and spend £1,000 on one ring. But as a steady, constant, it's never that busy. It's not like a supermarket where there's constantly people in and out. A lot of the day, you sat down working or waiting for someone to come in. But I honestly thought that after the lockdown, people would be, okay, I want to clear out. I've been cleaning all this up. Let's get rid of it. I want to make a bit of money. I'm bringing stuff in. Before the lockdown, they were queuing to bring stuff in to me. Since the lockdown, it's almost as if they've all just gone, here's the rubbish, and dumped it and don't care. So it's been really quiet at the shop. I've been doing okay, but certainly I wouldn't say it was good. So it's been really strange. It's been surreal. And if I talk to you about how I feel at the shop, now those of you who watch my channel know I'm asthmatic. I suffer with asthma. So sometimes I can wear a mask, other times I can't. I do have a badge that I wear. So I do get nervous sometimes when customers come in, but not as a rule. Some customers come in and they're coughing everywhere and they haven't got a mask on, they got a badge on. Well, if you're not well, don't come out. And I wasn't open a day and I had trading standards in, you're checking all my COVID levels, as in what's my precautions, sanitizers, keeping things clean, how many people in the shop, things like that, going over the rules with me. Trading standards were in here, or the council was in here the day I opened, going over everything, making sure everything was ready for public to come back in. So it's been a strange one to reopen. I'm so glad to be back open, I really am. And for those of you like Kirsten got a shop up in Hitchin, and she'll probably say the same as me. It's quite a surreal experience when you sat behind the counter and people are coming in and they want to handle things, and then you got to go over and pass it to them. And, you do get quite nervous. And you're thinking, am I going to make them ill? Are they going to make me ill? It's all strange, and I'd just be glad for life to go back to normal. And I'd be glad for the shop to get back to normal, to be honest. So I've done the shop back up. It's beautiful. I'm really pleased with how the shop's looking and some of the things in there. So, it's just a question now of keep plodding along and just keep waiting for things to go back to somewhat of normality. And hopefully people to start coming back out to the town. And not being funny, we live in a small village, or I live in a small village rather than a town or a city. That's why I couldn't understand the charity shop here cutting out all trade, all resellers. So if you're planning on reselling any of the stock you weren't allowed in the shop, that's cutting out over 70-80% of their customers. It really is, if they obeyed by the sign. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is the website. As you know, I have an absolute wonderful website that was built for me in March professionally, and I have been writing blog posts on how to. I've been putting product on there, and I mean real good product. I've got an amazing, it's just an amazing site, to be honest with you. About me page. I love the website. It's the fourth or fifth website I've tried in 10 years. And I've always tried to build them myself, and they've never worked. But this time, it is working absolutely fabulous. And not being funny, I took 6 sales just on the weekend. I'm going to give you the price. It's not about bragging. I want to explain something. Just on the 6 sales was £1,000 on this weekend, Saturday and Sunday alone. And the reason I'm telling you about the price is that is £250 that I didn't have to pay to eBay. So the website was expensive, But just on this weekend sales, I saved £250 in costs that eBay would have took off me. Because my average to eBay, if you've seen the video I done on eBay fees explained, they say 12.9% or whatever percent they say, but that's not true. Because it's 12.9% on the final value fee. It's 12.9% on the shipping cost. It's whatever percentage on your listing fees. It's your shop fees. It works out across the board 25 to 30% I pay to eBay from everything I take. So every £1,000 I lose £250 to £300 to eBay. So that £1,000 I made this weekend on my website was 100% mine, minus the PayPal commission of about 2%. I lost about £2 in 100 to PayPal. So let's say PayPal took 20 quid. But that is a massive difference. 20 quid to £300. That is why I done the website, and I recommend anybody who wants a good website to go. If you can't afford to have one built for yourselves, just go and get a Vistaprint or GoDaddy or anything. Get a cheap website, start putting product on there, and work and work. I think personally, if it keeps going the way it's going, I'll be off eBay within the year. And the only things I'll put on eBay then will be things that when I pick up an auction box and there may be stuff in there that I don't think is good enough for my website or I don't want for the shop, and I'll just put it on eBay, low auction start, no reserve, and just leave it, pull back for me whatever money I can. But I'm thinking the shop will be shut on eBay hopefully within the 12 month. The sales and the things are going that well on the website. I'm having between 1,000 and 2,000 people a month visit the website, depending on the month. So to be honest though, it's absolutely fabulous, and I just hope it keeps going. I'm going to keep writing articles on there, keep listing the quality antiques on there. I fixed a glitch. I didn't realise all the sales I've been having, and I've had a massive glitch on the website. It's only been allowing UK sales. I didn't realise when I downloaded the Royal Mail plugin and activated it, it only activated for UK sales. I didn't read it tidy for it to say to me, well, if you want overseas sales, you'll have to pay £60 a year to Royal Mail to activate the plugin. So it'll quote for people and allow people to buy from overseas. So I had to do that Saturday because I had a lady waiting to buy some scarves and some other bits on Saturday evening. All of which I got a wrap today to go off in the morning because we've had a bank holiday. But I've got 6 or 7 sales off the website this weekend alone to send off tomorrow, and as I say, that is like £250–300 that hasn't gone to eBay. So that's like making an extra £500. If I was on eBay to have the same return, I'd have to sell £1,500 just to have the same return as I'm having, now. So I'm over the moon. I would recommend that anybody starts a website. I really would. But believe in your website, believe in the stock you're putting on there. And people are spending £300, £400, £500 on my stock, no problem at all. And for a website that's less than a year old, for people to have the confidence to spend £500 in one go and trust that item is going to arrive is really good. Now I know a lot of that with myself is due to the YouTube channel, the fact I have a shop, and the presentation of the website. It's a combination of everything. But all in all, it really is doing well, and I'm so grateful for everybody who supports me and on the YouTube and on the website. I'm trying to have a look now if I've covered everything. Yes, I've actually covered the list I wanted. It wasn't a massive list, but I think I've covered it. I can't think at this moment in time of anything else that I wanted to talk about. It was more just a general update. I wanted to talk to you about how it feels to be back running the shop, how surreal that feels. How I've coped with depression and things throughout the lockdown will be another video I'll bring out at a later stage, because I know I'm not the only person who's struggled through this with this last 12 months with anxiety, with depression, with lockdown, staying in, not seeing people. So that'll be something I'll do at a later stage again. So next video, probably be a whole video after this, and I look forward to a live video. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to possibly do a live video, maybe a reseller hangout, where I'll invite 2 or 3 or 4 other resellers to come on and just have an hour, have a chat, maybe chat how they started, how life's changed for them since reselling, talk about it myself, just have just a bit of fun night, not anything too serious, couple of cans, chill out, and then at the end of the film, maybe do a little competition giveaway. So that sounds nice. That might be what I do. But anyway, either way, 10,000 subscribers. I can't thank you enough. I really can't. I hope everybody is doing as well as I am at the moment, with everything, or better. And oh, hang on. There was something else. I knew there was something else. Did you see if you saw the haul video I bought in Splott last week, I bought a very rare Dan Llewellyn Hall painting off a dealer. Now, I buy off this dealer regular, and he is exceptionally good at what he does, and his opinion on the painting was exceptional and brilliant, and he thinks it's right. I've looked at the painting, looked at the artist, looked at what he does. I think it's right. I am, however, going to take the advice of one or two subscribers, and I'm going to write to Dan Llewellyn Hall and ask him if he'll authenticate the painting for me and how much he'll charge for a certificate of authenticity. And if he comes back and says to me it's fake, I will then sell it as a fake. I will not sell it as a Dan Hall, and I will mark it as a fake. I will write on the back, fake, not real. So I'm going to write to him. But the reason I'm pointing this out is a couple of people said, that resellers, we rip off charities, and we shouldn't be making a profit off the charity. Now, listen to this scenario. Richard bought the Dan Llewellyn Hall painting off eBay. It was up for £95. It didn't sell. He wrote them and made them an offer. Now, I don't know how much he actually paid, but I know it was less than £95. How do I know that? Because a subscriber sent me a message saying, because I talked about it, and she wrote in and said, well, if you search eBay solds, this painting's on there for £95. Yes, it is. But that is not because there's another one of them. It was the same painting. He purchased it off eBay for less than £95, and I gave him £250 for it. Did I know how much he paid for it? No. Do I care? No. I don't care if he had it for £50 or £10. It makes no odds to me. I believe in the painting. I gave him £250. I do not begrudge him making his profit, and he doesn't care if I make £10,000 on it. And that's the way it should work with everybody. And that's the way it should work with a charity shop. If they set their price, or we set our price, and we achieve what we want, what does it matter what the next person makes? And I'm exactly the same. I've allowed him a profit of probably £200 on that painting. He've had to do no work, take no risks. £200 profit I've given him, more or less, or £150 profit on that painting. I'm well aware what he paid for it. And you know what? I still went down there this Saturday to buy off him again. Now, what's that tell you? I honestly don't care how much money he makes off me, as long as there's a profit on it for me. And the reason I'm saying that is the charity shop should be exactly the same. If they set their prices and their prices are high, they shouldn't matter what we make afterwards. If I make £10,000, if Dan Llewellyn Hall writes to me and says, do you know what, that was, yes, that was painting, I love that painting, here's a certificate of authenticity, go and do well on it. To be honest with you, I'd probably take it down and I'd keep it as an investment, because I'm Welsh, he's a Welsh artist, and I think he's going to be the next Picasso. He's going to be worth a fortune in years to come, because he has painted the Queen, he painted the last survivor of World War I, he's painted, you name it, he's painted them. Anybody of importance, he has painted them. But yeah, the reason I wanted to tell you that story was because I wanted to show you that it doesn't matter what someone makes off you, as long as there's a profit on it for you. Now, it don't matter to me if Richard makes £200 off me, I sell it on for 1,000 or 2,000 to a gallery, and they sell it for 10,000 to a millionaire. It doesn't matter to me. All that matters is I make my small percentage and I'm happy and I can pay my bills and I've got to handle it, hold it and love it for a little bit of time. So that's why I shared that. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I've babbled on for 40 minutes, so you're probably ready for me to go. And I will see you soon on my next haul video, and thank you very much again for getting me to 10,000 subscribers and over 1.25 million views. Thank you.